Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyrim. My name is Camel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all of Skyrim's DLC/expansion Dawnguard's Easter eggs. Now for the first one we have a Ghostbusters reference. This is from the movie Ghostbusters 2. The main baddie or evildoer, Vigor the Carpathian, was an ancient 16th century medieval tyrant and sorcerer, and according to the movie, his last dying words were, "Death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back." And when in the Soul Cairn within the Dawnguard expansion, among hundreds of scripted lines, souls can be heard echoing these very words.
Death is but a door, time is but a window. I'll be back.
So there we have a nice little and very subtle Ghostbusters 2 reference. Souls can also be heard referencing previous Elder Scrolls games like Battlespire.
How dare they cast me from the Battlespire? I will make them pay dearly.
And Oblivion.
I wonder if the fire's still burning in the Imperial City.
And while we're in the Soul Cairn, let's talk about Saint Jib. And he has some very interesting things to say, and if you played Morrowind, you'll know exactly who Jib is. Now for those of you who didn't play Morrowind, this is who Jib is.
Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name? Well, not even last night's storm could wake you.
He's the very first person you encounter when you start up Morrowind. He is the NPC that you give your character name to. But he also has some other interesting things to say, like he gained the name Saint Jib because he eradicated the cliff racers. He destroyed every single cliff racer on Morrowind. And he says they're wretched things and calls them vermin, but I mean, if you played Morrowind, you would know that they were lovely, peaceful creatures. They were actually very hard to find, and they made such a beautiful noise. Haha, joking cliff racers were the worst. All praise Saint Jib. So we saw him in Morrowind, we saw him in Skyrim, and we almost saw him in Oblivion. If you look at the dialogue here, he says he moved and settled in Kvatch, and he died when the Oblivion gates opened in Kvatch. And if you played Oblivion, you will remember that Kvatch was the first city that you had to go to and help close the Oblivion gate that had opened there. So only by a matter of hours did Jib die before you, the hero, saved the city. And for the next one, we have an Easter egg that is commonly mistaken for a Game of Thrones Easter egg, where in fact it is a reference to Irish folklore. In Fort Dawnguard, we can find two huskies, Bran and Skeolan. In Irish folklore, there is a warrior hero called Fionn McCool, and he had two Irish wolfhounds, Bran and Skeolan, both of which, Bran and Skeolan, can be found right here in Fort Dawnguard together. And while we're on the subject of pairs of dogs/hounds, in Castle Volkia, we have two named death hounds, the first being Kulsith. Now Kulsith is named after a mythological hound found in Scotland, and it is said to be the size of a young bull and resemble the appearance of a wolf, usually cited as being dark green, though sometimes white. Obviously, Kulsith in the Elder Scrolls doesn't fit that description, but it is named after this mythological creature. And the second cute little puppy dog that can be found in Castle Volkia, we have Gamar. Galamara is found in Norse mythology and is also a hound, and is associated with both Hel and Ragnarok. Ragnarok being the apocalypse and Hel being the goddess of the underworld. Gamar is described as a blood-stained watchdog that guards Hel's gates. So I suppose Gamar in the Elder Scrolls series is a little bit closer to its mythological counterpart than Kulsith. While we're in this vampiric castle, let us take a look in this cabinet here. Now, to the unwary eye, it's just a cabinet with some random bits and pieces in it. But this is in fact a reference to Castlevania 2, where you, the player, are sent on a quest to gather Dracula's ring, Dracula's nail, Dracula's heart, Dracula's eye, and Dracula's ribs. And as you can see here, items that are already found within the Elder Scrolls Skyrim have been used to recreate or represent these quest items from Castlevania 2. Very interesting, and again, again, subtle reference that you most probably would not notice. And of course, I have saved the best for last. So we're in the Forgotten Vale, and here is the Inner Sanctum. So we want to walk halfway up the stairs and then turn left. And we want to head over to that archway over there, right on the tip of a craggy cliff. And as we approach it, it just looks like a little cliff or a ledge. But if we get a bit closer, we will see an elven sword and then a skull poking out of the stone with a crown on its head, and there are jewels on this crown. Now, people often say that this is the Ancient Falmer crown in-game. Now, I will be taking issue with that claim. I do not believe that this is an Ancient Falmer crown. It is rumored to be the Ancient Falmer crown, but the Ancient Falmer crown that is in the game, it's unobtainable, but it is in the game, looks like this. As you can see, this has one ruby gem in the middle, whereas the crown on the skull on the ground has a sapphire in the middle and a ruby on either side. So what I'm going to do here is turn the clipping off, which basically means I can go through walls. And if we have a look under the ground, there is some sheeting, and it's the same sheeting that is used in Falmer structures. They use them as barriers. Now, I will admit that this could in fact be a Ancient Falmer crown, not the Ancient Falmer crown, but a Ancient Falmer crown. Nonetheless, it is certainly a king or queen of one of the elven races, because there's an elven sword there, which to me definitely backs up the fact that it was an elf that died here. Who it was, how they died, or to which elven race they belong to, I cannot say. And because there's no real hard-hitting or reams of evidence that prove who this is, this Easter egg has sparked thousands of theories about who this is, how they died, and what that crown was on their head. So on that note, that concludes our Skyrim Dawnguard Easter eggs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learnt a couple of new Easter eggs that you didn't know were in Skyrim's Dawnguard expansion. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Don't forget to share this video amongst your family and friends. And of course, let me know in the comments if you have any theories on any of these Easter eggs, especially the last one with that unknown elven crown. Let me know what your theories are for that crown and who it was that was wearing that mysterious crown. And as always, if you did enjoy this video and you would like more videos similar to this one, please subscribe. It helps me know that people are interested in these kind of videos, and in the long run will result in me making more videos on these kind of topics. As you can see on screen, I do have some other Skyrim Easter eggs videos, so if you did enjoy this video, or if you just enjoy Easter eggs in general, please check those out. I think you'll find them very interesting. And also, we now have a Facebook page and a Twitter account, so if it would please you, feel free to like the Facebook page and follow the channel on Twitter, the links to which can be found on screen, or if it's a Tuesday, the links can be found in the description of the video. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.